one day I'm gonna cut that intro to a part I like. I just kind of go with vibes. I just like that song. Welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got our 99 cards, Cuss Commanders number 1. I am one of your hosts, Daniel, and I've got the lads with me once more. We have Thunder, we have Sherman, we have Slothy, and we're gonna skip the how are yous because this is a bonus episode. We're getting into the right back into the spoilers that we were just working on that. Like I said, we'll give you guys an extra episode for this week. To reiterate right before, because we got a lot to cover. So we only covered Mythics, and there was good ones. We're giving a box away with House of Cards. They are a great partner to work with. They are generously helping us to give a box away. So just come to any of our comment section, follow them, follow us, and tell us what you want to get from the set and why. It could be as simple as I want to pull the serialized Chocobo because I have a car payment I want. Whatever it is, anyone's reason is a good enough reason to enter. So, like I said, show up, let us know. And I guess with that, let's just jump right back into these spoilers. Oh, and if you want any of these cards, go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. You're going to get a discount at checkout. It's going to support us. It's going to support a great company, and they've got wonderful stock. So without further ado, back into our cards. So we're just starting into our rares here, and I was just talking all this smack about how I liked clerics, and our first one up we have is another one. So I'm just going to start our order off. We'll get it going again. We have our Aerith Gainsborough. It's 2 and a white for a 2/2 human cleric with lifelink. Whenever you gain a life, you put a 1/1 counter on Aerith, which is awesome. And when Aerith dies, you put X 1/1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of 1/1 counters on Aerith Gainsborough. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm building this as a Hate Bears deck, and it seems pretty mean so far. It's it's all like Hokori Dust Drinkers and Kataki War's Wage, kind of. Because I'm like, I need my legendaries. It's mean and it's not good, so go a different direction than me, but this is a very cool commander. Like, there's a lot of Legends Matter stuff in the set.
I mean, yeah, she's quite cool, but Aerith does die to swords, so...
Aerith does die to swords, and then Aerith doesn't die.
But why,
that one was just for you, Sherman.
Why would you do that, Slothy? She's holding a basket of flowers.
I have to say... Go ahead.
I've been holding a bunch of these mono white little tap, gain a little bit of life cards off to the side for a while, and I think they all have now got a place to go. So I definitely think I can build her quite quickly.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to say, like, I went through a lot of the cards, and like for the team, like for them to come up with a lot of the cards in like very specific scene, yet not throw in spoilers for anyone that hasn't played the game. I think they did a really, really good job on that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's lore I'm missing at this part.
Mm-hmm.
Have you haven't played you haven't played any in Final Fantasy, right? So
only the best one, Final Fantasy Tactics.
You know what you do? You should play Final Fantasy 7 because that Aerith is in there. You'd love her. You'd love her so much. Okay, she is the best white mage out there. Just play her. Okay, just load her up with like your best material and everything, and you'll just breeze through the game. Okay, just do that.
I think she dies. I think she dies now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now I'm starting to.
Everyone see a grown man cry. I cried so much.
Yeah.
It was painful.
Yeah.
You know how many rumors there were of how to keep her alive after?
Oh, my
Especially when there was no internet back then. All you had were gaming magazines. And you're like, hey, look, if you do this quest line, you can hopefully get this handkerchief to freaking like resurrect her. That was a lie.
I loved the game guide magazines. I loved reading those.
So you're telling me you tried all these rumors?
Game Pro, like Nintendo Power, you name it. I read it.
I will say with this Aerith as well, I'm just now noticing, like if you scroll back up to the Yuna, all of these portrait artworks are the Final Fantasy number behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just seeing that now. I think that's really cool. Thunder, you take our next one here.
Thunder, you want to take the next one?
Yeah. Arden, the Usurper. 5 and 3 black for a legendary creature, Elder Human Noble. 4/4. demons you control have menace, lifelink, and haste. And his other ability is Star Scourge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, exile up to one target creature from a graveyard. If you exile the card this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 5/5 black demon.
That's cool.
I love
That's
this
so
card.
sick.
It's
so
super
sick.
expensive, but I mean, I've got a Villas deck, and you can get there in black, in mono black, and just, I mean, if you put them out in your first main phase, you're gonna end up with a demon probably if you can be milling or killing your opponent's creatures. So it's just value.
It's not even your graveyard, any graveyard. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it was just your graveyard, that would be a playable card.
I definitely want to build this. 100%.
I like playing other people's cards, so I get that.
Alright. Next card here is going to be a Realm Reborn for 4 double green enchantment. Other permanents you control have tap, add 1 mana of any color.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's in green, so that's going to be easy to pull off.
Really good, especially in like a Planeswalker kind of deck, right? Where you can start tapping your Planeswalkers for mana.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got the Astrologian's Planisphere. 1 and a blue for an equipment. It's got job select, so when it enters, you create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, then attach this to it. Equipped creature is a wizard in addition to its other types, and has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and whenever you draw your 3rd card each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And it has equipped for 2.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Throw that right on VV.
Another commander we talked about in the previous episode, I think, comes to mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, throw this right on VV. What are we talking about? All creatures VV. I know. We have a new section of tapped lands, which is kind of cool. So we have these, they're like pseudo duels, not real duels because they're not a type, but they're a land town. So we have Balam Garden, the Seed Academy. Enters tapped. It taps for a green or a blue, and then 5, a green or blue. Tap it, transform. Costs 1 less for each other town you control. And then you have Balam Garden Airborne. It's a vehicle 5/4. Whenever it attacks, draw a card, and it has crew 1. I kind of like that. Early game, it gives you color fixing. Late game, you can throw it away into a draw engine.
Yeah.
Oh, and
now,
and crew 1.
I know I'm not going to be the only person who's, instead of going to say Balam, is going to say Bam Balam.
Oh, Black Betty. Bam Balam, yeah.
Bam Balam. But yeah, it's a very cool card, and it's kind of like my Grim Captain build, where you've got this sort of legendary on the back of the card, and that's the commander, so it's like a rule 0, so I could see something like that happening.
I would love to rule 0 a land in the command zone, though.
Yeah. I mean,
Please.
It's just such a cool concept, right? Like, I play a land as my commander. Yeah, that'll be fun.
I like this.
Cool. Yeah, next is Baltier and Fran. 1 red and a green for a legendary creature, human rabbit. Oh man, the artwork is really sweet though on the full art. 4/3 reach. Vehicles you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance and reach. That's ridiculous. Okay. And whenever a vehicle crewed by Baltier and Fran this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, you may pay 1, a red and a green. If you do, after this phase, there is an additional combat phase. I'm feeling a very strange affinity for this card.
That's pretty cool.
Maybe it's a little bit of a fetish thing or something.
The artwork is really cool. In every version of the artwork, this is cool. This would have been a cool card to pull.
So cool.
But I don't really generally like vehicle cards, and it's a cool vehicle commander.
Yeah.
I feel a cosplay coming on here.
I like it. Sherman, I think.
Next card we have here is going to be Barton Boko for 3 double green, legendary creature, human bird, 4/3, affinity for bird. When Barton Boko enter, each other bird you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls.
I love
Looks
this
like
card.
fun.
I like that artwork.
Straight up fun.
Definitely building the Chocobo deck with at least one of the 6 copies of this that I got in my booster box.
That's cool.
You know what? That's probably like a lost opportunity. Like I know they made Chocobos really strong, but like it might have been more fun if they made it where like the Chocobo was weak, and you could have as many copies of Chocobo in your deck instead. That might have been more fun.
Well, they definitely should have made at least one of them, like, you can have as many of this in the deck, like a weak version. Because there's the one little tiny baby Chocobo, but, I mean, they gave us the neon Chocobos and the golden one, and I was saying to somebody, you know what, I want to rule 0 it and say I can have as many of this in the deck, just so I can have all of them in the deck.
Yeah.
I know that particular one is very strong, and maybe that's a little overkill, but still, I mean, it would have been great to have that as an option, or even just like do like a cycle of the Chocobos where it's like 1 or 2 colors, and it's basically the same card across all the things. I mean, they did all the SIDs, right? Maybe that was why they did it, but it feels like I want to have lots of Chocobos. In all different colors. That would have been awesome.
Well, they do look really cool.
Or they could have done it sort of like the Hair Apparent kind of style, right?
Where it makes like more birds,
because there's like you have like one of the moves, like attack moves, that's like Chocobo Stampede in one of the Final Fantasies. So like to be able to do something like that would have been nice.
They have
but
like
so many ideas you can do, right?
Yeah, I think I remember seeing just one, like, or 2, like, cards around. I don't know if we all covered it in the podcast, but one was like a Chocobo kick, which was kind of cool. But Stampede, that's awesome. Put out a bunch of Chocobos. I know they got like a bird creature token, which is like you can make these token Chocobos, which is very cool. But yeah, it's still a very cool group of cards. I'm really looking forward to building around.
It'll be fun. I think it's you, Slothy.
Yeah. Next up here, we've got Beatrix, Loyal General. 4 double white for a 4/4 legendary human soldier with vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may attach any number of equipment you control to target creature you control.
That's pretty good.
I'm a fan.
Fun.
I like that.
Any number is crazy. Yeah.
This I mean, there's clearly it's very thematic to have all these artifacts and weapons and stuff, and so Boros Voltron is getting a lot of love in this set. So this is like one of those ones where, I mean, it's a bit expensive for the more competitive builds, but it's still such a powerful ability.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
I'm gonna quickly take 2 in a row here because one's my turn and then one's a card I really like. So we've got Cecil Dark Knight, which I think is really cool. This is 1 black mana for a 2/3 Death Toucher, which is pretty crazy. It has darkness. Whenever Cecil deals damage, you lose that much life. Then if your life total is less than or equal to half your starting total, you untap Cecil and transform it. That's an interesting kind of mechanic. So you're also losing life with them. And then we have Cecil Redeemed Paladin, which is a 4/4 lifelinker. Whenever Cecil attacks, other attacking creatures gain indestructible till end of turn. I think this one might be like one of the ones that's actually better for like a standard or arena kind of thing, because you only have to lose 10 life this way, right?
Well, yeah. 1 black mana for a Death Touch 2/3 already is like very strong.
Its stats are wild. Oh, and the flip side does have lifelink as well, so you've got a way to get back down. I really like the artwork. The theme of this is very, very cool. I'm a big fan of this.
I'm amazed that they made this in black. I mean, it's you'd expect something like this in green, but black getting this is like, wow.
Yeah. The next one I had to take was this.
I'm fine with it.
Oh, go ahead, Sherman.
No, I was going to go in storyline and everything, but that's fine. Like, I'm fine with why they did it in black, but I think I'll go on for like an hour tangent if I don't shut up and let you go.
That's fair. Okay, let me take this one. This is one of the most absurd ramp cards I've ever seen. So we have Choco Seeker of Paradise. It's one of the ones I instantly started building when I saw it. This is 1 green, 1 white, 1 blue. So we've got our Bant birds, legendary creature bird 3/5. Whenever one or more birds you control attack, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You can put one into your hand. So it's seeking any card, not just a theme, not just only birds, but put any one card in your hand. Then put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield, tapped, and the rest into your graveyard, which is silly. And whenever a land you control enters, Choco gets 1/0 till end of turn. So this is like a combat pump. This is a insane. Like if you have even just 10 1-drop birds, you got to look at 10 and maybe pull 5 or 6 lands out onto the battlefield. Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the prescribed Chocobo commanders because of just how strong it is.
Mm-hmm.
I would let you run all your serialized and different version Chocos in this.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
It'll be so expensive.
I'll take the land too because it's boring. Then we'll get back into it. Clive's Hideaway. It's a land, town. It's got Hideaway 4. When it enters, you exile, blah, blah, blah. Taps for a colorless. And 2 and a tap, you can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if you control 4 or more legends. Not bad.
I mean, it's our first colorless Hideaway land, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now the cycle is actually complete. All right. Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Deadly Embrace. 3 and 2 black for a sorcery. Destroy target creature an opponent controls, then draw a card for each creature that died this turn.
Whoa. Not bad.
Decent. Definitely
I
decent.
like the art. Art's cool.
What do we have here? We have Neon, Bahamut, Dominant, or green and white. Let's choose something I can actually read properly. Okay, here we go. Legendary creature, human noble, knight, 3/3, has Dragonfire dive during your turn. Neon and other knights you control have flying. When it enters, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token. For 4 double white and tapping it, exile Neon. Then return it to the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control, activate only as a sorcery. We have a flip side. It's going to be Bahamut, Warden of Light. It's a 5/5 flyer. It's a legendary enchantment creature saga dragon. Okay, it has 3 chapters. Chapter 1, Wings of Light. Put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until end of turn. Chapter 3 is Giga Flare. Destroy target permanent. Exile Bahamut, then return it to the battlefield.
That's pretty good.
Not bad. I like it. Yeah.
Well, this is one that's doing a bit of... I mean, I haven't watched a lot of the videos yet, but Gavin Verhey, I believe, put out a little post on his Instagram where he was like, hey, look how many nights I'm swinging in with Dion. I went 7 wins with him. And then I saw some other content creators, the same thing. Like, apparently this is a very strong card, especially in the drafts.
That's a strong
I want to
blank,
give
right?
it a go. Yeah.
And yeah, flipping it is pretty crazy. Big buff.
This with the Knights of Round is a little scary.
Right?
I guess it's me next, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got Edgar, King of Figaro, for double blue for a 4/5 legendary human artificer noble. When Edgar enters, draw a card for each artifact you control, and it's got 2-headed coin. First time you flip 1 or more coins each turn, those coins come up heads and you win those flips. Ooh.
Yeah. I wish there was more coin flipping kind of things. Like I really like the Faraday Commander from the Forgotten Realms stuff, but there's just not enough support or variance. So I'd love to see more because I like random chance games of roll a dice, flip a coin.
Yeah.
You know, it's so fun to play that way. I like
Dragon stuff.
Yeah, I like chaotic stuff. Also, that's a crazy ETB.
What? Why? I mean, at least I feel like it should be non-token artifact. Like, oh, I've got like 20 treasures. I draw my library and Lab Maniac win the game.
Yeah.
That's going to happen in standard because the Lab Maniac is part of the set, right? So I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do that now.
Is Lab Maniac part of the set?
I got it in the box, so it should be.
It's in the list.
That's cool.
It's in the list.
It needs a reprint though.
Fancy arts.
Yeah,
it's there.
We have
it's like a Final Fantasy art, not the original.
That's cool. We have our Esper Origins. We have 1 in the green for sorcery. You surveil 2, gain 2 life. If the spell is cast from a graveyard, exile it, then put it onto the battlefield transformed under its owner's control with a finality on it. It's got a flashback of 3 in a green. And its flip is Summon Esper Maduin. It is a 4/4 Saga Elemental enchantment creature. First Saga, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent, put it into your hand. Great. Saga Chapter 2, add 2 green. And number 3 is other creatures you control get 2/2 and trample. That's pretty good.
I like that.
My kind of card. I love it.
And it's still a 4/4 body.
I mean, it's got overrun. It's got some ramp advantage.
Yeah.
It's all the things.
Yeah, I got nothing bad to say about that one.
Yeah, this is great. Yeah. Excalibur 2. 1 mana legendary artifact equipment. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Excalibur 2. Equip 3.
That's pretty good.
It reads funny, but 1, 2, 3. Yep. There's a few commanders in this set we've seen that will definitely benefit from this. Especially, I think, our beloved mono white commander from earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She'll love this.
Yeah, it seems like a fun card. Next one we have is Furion, Wild Rose Warrior for 2 in red. Legendary creature, human rebel warrior, 3/3. Equip creatures you control have haste. Whenever a non-token equipment you control enters, create a token that's a copy of it, except it has this equipment's equipped abilities cost 2 less to activate. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next upkeep. That's a really interesting ability.
Next upkeep.
So so it stays the whole turn.
So like they're hoping that you can like cast it, create a token, attach it for free, and then attack with it basically, or use it, and then maybe you sacrifice it before upkeep with like KCI or something like that. Who knows?
It's pretty cool.
Can you counter that ability?
With like a stifle, maybe.
Stifle it?
That could be broken.
Right?
Next up here, we've got From Father to Son. 1 and a white for sorcery. Search your library for a vehicle card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If the spell was cast from a graveyard, put that card onto the battlefield instead, then shuffle. And it has flashback for 4 triple white.
It's not bad. Like I said, I'm not really much of a vehicle guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's fair.
Strammers.
We have our next one here. We've got our Genji Glove. 5 colorless for equipment. Equipped creature has double strike. We kind of do need more double strike on equipment. There's a lot that I like to have it. Whenever equipped creature attacks, if it's the first main phase, untap it. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Yeah.
First combat phase. So,
first combat phase. If it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap it, then you get an additional combat and equip 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's quite strong.
This
you can see that on Vigilance creatures.
It goes into the list of everything is Ishin bait.
Well, it goes with lightning as well, right?
Yeah, lightning.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah. Oh, lightning.
It goes on my picture list. First combat, untap it. Okay, so it only untaps your 1 creature, which is interesting. Still good though.
It's working on just 1 creature, and then you get an additional combat phase. So you need Vigilance creatures to really benefit.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's double strike.
Or you need some nonsense, like we said, lightning, where it doesn't really matter as long as you can get through twice, and yikes.
Mm-hmm.
8-time damage.
Next up is actually another one I got that I looked at and I was like, hold on. I was really struggling to build a red samurai type deck, and this is exactly what I want. So, Gilgamesh, Master at Arms, 4 and 2 red for a legendary creature human samurai, 6/6. And whenever Gilgamesh enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. When you put one or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control.
That's good.
This is very strong. I mean, it's reminiscent of the old mono red combo builds. I feel like it could actually. I mean, it's not like tutoring something, but it feels like it's a fixed Godo, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays. I mean, you get to dig 6 and any number of equipment onto the battlefield. So who knows what can happen? And we really need more of those Kamigawa ones that are both equipment and creature, right?
Yeah.
So that would be awesome to see working with this. So yeah.
I like that a lot. Well, you can build, generally speaking, a lot of time equipment needs ramp, right? Like it's one of the things that it needs the most, but you can even throw like the Colossus hammer onto this, like right on its first enter.
Oh, yes.
Right. Like you can just roulette right into that and then just have it be huge. Like this gives you a lot of cool potential with stuff. And like you said, there is a lot of cool samurais that just don't really have like a solid commander yet. I like it.
All right, we got the next card here. Golbez, Crystal Collector, for a blue and a black. Legendary creature, human wizard, 1/4. Whenever an artifact you control enters, surveil 1. That's already pretty dope. But it keeps going. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 4 or more artifacts, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Then, if you control 8 or more artifacts, each opponent loses life equal that card power.
That's funny. I like that.
That's fun.
Yeah, that surveil is pretty cool.
Bring back some demons.
Yeah, expensive demons. Back to your hand. Discard it. Back to hand.
Yeah, there you go.
This is so silly. Very cool full art, though.
Next up, we've got Hope S-Time. White and a blue for a 2/2 legendary human wizard with lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards, where X is the amount of life you gained this turn.
I will be honest, this is an upcoming deck tech of ours. I built this
you built one as well.
the day it was spoiled. The day. I don't care whose deck tech it is. If you made one, we could do yours too, but we're doing this one. This is an insane commander. It's yeah. A lot of times with mill, your biggest problem is mill's like burn. It's hard to burn it's hard to burn a table of people, right? The same with mill. You can't mill 3 players generally. This just mills everyone. 4 life gain.
Yeah.
Beacon of Immortality. Get to milling.
If anybody's watched the previous episode, one of the first cards we talked about there was Eter and Prewin.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
Equipped creature has base power and toughness XX, where X is your life total.
Yeah. I swing. Get to counting, boys.
That's what people are looking for.
So when I saw this, I'm just like, oh, this is bloody amazing, because then you can start playing with a bunch of cards. So like the first thought I had was like Resolute Archangel.
Yeah.
Right? It was a 5 double white 4/4 flyer angel. When it enters the battlefield, your life total, if your life total is less than your starting life total, it becomes equal to your starting life total again. So you just throw that down and just keep on blinking it. Well, you're happy.
Again, it's a monster card. There's so many good things that this again, even if you just run straight into your typical Soul Sister, Suture Priest, that kind of like the 1-drops Life Creed duo, that's what mine is like all these creature enter ETBs. And I love it. It's all if you gain life, you gain 2 instead, or one extra. And it's all like, I get a creature, I gain 7 life. Get counting.
So mine is based around, once again, as well, creature, life gain, and everything, but mine has life lost in it. So I want a rapid life loss. So I have things like the vampire where you pay for life, it becomes indestructible, or the one that exchanges your life, like you pay the white
Access to mortality.
creature where you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just switch it. And then you play something like Oketra's Last Mercy. And you just gain all that life back.
I like that. The reset deck.
So you're not being like, okay, you mill 12, you guys all mill 12. No, you guys are all milling like 30 cards twice. Like crap like that, right?
Yeah. It's such a fun deck, but it is very, very strong. Mill decks are annoying to people. Generally, I find.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're gonna play annoying, it's fun to be annoying to everyone all at once, right? Like kind of like the group slug theme decks, like the what's the Duskborn Slothy that I'm thinking?
Lord of Pain. Valgavoth.
Exactly, those things. Like you're hitting everyone, right? It's a lot easier when you're hitting everyone instead of I have a Bruvac deck, right? And I like my Bruvac deck, but it's hard to not feel like, hey, like I hate this person in particular. Because I'm targeting only one person. Because if you spread mill out, all you're doing is annoying the table. But if you're doing it this way, just be like, this is my life link deck. I'm sorry that I'm gaining life. Try and take it from me. I'll gain it back. Oh yeah, this is a very cool card. I think this is going to be one that's very built because you can build it fairly. You can get a fairly high powered deck on a pretty reasonable budget with a commander like this, and I like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's me right here. We've got our Ishgard, the Holy See. We have an adventure land, so it is a land town. It enters tapped and taps for white, or it has Faith and Grief. 3 double white, sorcery adventure. Return up to 2 artifacts and or enchantments from your graveyard to your hand. I like that. Pretty decent little recursion.
Yeah, new land cycle as well. And I think anything with the adventure on it, it's just so much value. So
well, yeah, anything that gives you an extra piece for a land, like you're getting an extra spell slot, right? And I already run low lands. Me and Slothy both are 32, 33, 30, like low land gang.
Yeah.
So having these extra things that like give us another spell in the slot is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up is, and I don't know, in Europe they might say Jecht. In the rest of the world, maybe it's Jecht. But yeah, Reluctant Guardian. And it's a legendary creature human warrior, 4/3 with menace, which is pretty good for 4 mana. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it and return it to the battlefield transformed under its own control. So flips over into Vraska's Final Eon. 7/7 menace, legendary enchantment creature, Saga Nightmare, which is kind of cool types. And first 2 law counters are Jecht Beam. Sorry, my German's going to come through here. Each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. So very annoying. Great advantage. And ultimate Jecht Shot. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice. Not 1, but 2. This is a very, very annoying potential commander.
Yeah.
Or just a card. It's just going to make people discard. Maybe they're going to wish they were allowing people to play Terrorgrid again. I don't know. This is all the things. So. 7/7 with menace.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want to build this next one. That's really cool. Take it away, please.
Oh, speaking of which, I have that built.
Oh, you did build that one?
Let's go.
That's really cool.
It's right here in my hand. The next one is Genova, Ancient Calamity, for 2 and a black and a green. It's a legendary creature. It is an alien. Okay? It's a 1/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to Genova's power on up to 1 other target creature. That's really important. You can't put any counters on itself. It has to be something else. That creature becomes a mutant in addition to its other types. Whenever a mutant you control dies during your turn, you draw cards equal to its power. That part is also very important, because you're going to be sacrificing your mutant on your turn to draw a mitt full of cards. It's so fun.
I really, really like this commander. Like graveyard shenanigans with draw built in.
Yeah, but then like you have a lot of mutants kicking around, like especially from like Fallout, right? So like Lily, like the grandma, where like
like the card is already a mutant type.
Yeah, you double the power. Is the amount of counters on it every single turn, and then once it reaches like above like 16, you remove all but one, and you gain all that life. So like you have fun things like that. Or you have Feral Ghoul, where like once it dies, all your opponents get the amount of rad counters equal to the amount of power it has, and it's a mutant. So it's like, okay, I have like, its power is 10. I sacrifice it on my turn. I draw 10. You all get 10 rad counters.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
At the table in one swoop is so fun.
Man, yeah, I can see this working with so much. It's very cool.
I also like both arts. Both arts are very cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seriously, I got them both. I'm excited about this set. I'm sorry. It's a great set.
No, there's some really cool cards in this.
Mm-hmm.
There's some cards that are filling spaces that I didn't really realize were missing and stuff. Like, I don't really play a lot of graveyard themed decks. It's not my kind of draw style, but I do love draw. And maybe this gets me into the graveyard a bit.
Good. We gotta get you to exile things from your graveyard.
No, one baby step at a time.
You'll get there one day.
Yeah, right. I think it's you here, Slothy.
Yes. We've got Jador, Aristocratic Capital. It is another one of the town lands. It enters taps for blue, and has got an adventure called Overture. For 4 double blue, it's a sorcery. Target opponent mills half their library rounded down. Hey, you were mentioning Bruvac earlier.
Yeah, one shot. Womp womp. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, it's just a land, guys. It's fine.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. We have Jill, Shiva's dominant. 2 and a blue for a 2/2 human noble warrior. When Jill enters, return up to one other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then 3 double blue, tap, exile Jill. Return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control. Activate as a sorcery. And it has Shiva, Warden of Ice, 4/5. It's a saga, legendary enchantment, creature saga elemental. So 1 and 2. Mesmerize, target creature can't be blocked this turn. And then 3 cold snap. Tap all lands your opponent's control, exile it, then return it. I like it.
Seems good. I like it.
I don't know. Like, I still can't reconcile the cost of these abilities, these transform abilities, because I mean, at least she's cheaper, 2 and a blue, and she gives you a little bit of immediate impact.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the ability, well, the first one where it says target creature can't be blocked this turn. I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
There's a card that I use with my elf decks and some of the other ones where it's 1 blue in standard, 1 blue, target creature can't be blocked, draw a card. That's awesome. That's a fantastic thing. You just sneak through, hit somebody that's not expecting it, and then maybe you win the game. But then tap all lands your opponents control. I don't understand. Like,
probably to get you like through like a win con, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, now you can't cast anything else on my turn.
I'm gonna join you on this. I don't like these personally. Personally, I think they're a little expensive. I think they're not for me, but that's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, most of them so far, the abilities have been really strong. This one just feels like that last one. Maybe it's a little bit weaker than the others that we've seen so far, and maybe it's fine because it's just a rare. But yeah, tapping all my opponent's lands, I don't know.
It's weaker. 100%, it is weaker. It's more like I would say it's more for like politics, political, and whatnot. Like, you have someone like that has answers in their hand, and you're not really the threat, but someone else is. So like you can like be like talk to them and be like, hey, like if I tap out this guy, so like he has to use his mana now, or he doesn't get it at all, and then I change phases or change steps and everything. can you do something on your turn? Because now his shields are down, So like I look at it more political than anything else, as opposed to like a one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Thunder, you take our next one here.
Okay.
Sure. Joshua, Phoenix's Dominant. 1, a red and a white. For a legendary creature, human, noble, wizard. 3/4. When Joshua enters, discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards.
Yeah.
Then for the transform, it's 3, a red and a white, to tap and exile him and return it to the battlefield transformed and its owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery. Comes back as a Phoenix Warden of Fire, legendary enchantment creature, Saga Phoenix, which is pretty cool for 4 flying lifelink. Those are really nice specs. And first 2 law counters are Rising Flames. Phoenix deals 2 damage to each opponent. I kind of like that. If you've got the triplers out or other enhanced damage things, then that's a lot of damage. And then Flames of Rebirth, return any number of target creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then do it all again. So exile Phoenix and return it to the battlefield. This is a very cool card. Way stronger than Jill.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I really like this. Any kind of Phoenix, like, it's not really a hasty flyer, but flying lifelink, that's very cool.
And you can bring things back.
I mean, you're hitting all your opponents, so it gets better when there's more players. So, very nice. I like it. I like Joshua. Good commander, I think.
All right. We got the next card is Judgment Bolt. For 3 and a red, it's an instant. Judgment Bolt deals 5 damage to target creature and X damage to that creature's controller, where X is the number of equipment you control. Not bad. It's niche, though.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of support for these borrows type tutor or get more equipment or make copies of equipments. I think this is, if we do the vanilla test here, just 4 mana for instant speed 5 damage, I think that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good in this format.
And then
there's a lot of 4 toughness creatures or less, so I think this is going to do well.
Yeah, it scales real well for that. And then, like, if it like synergizes with certain decks, like let's say I had my Dan Lewis deck where all my mana rocks like are equipment. Okay, so if like and I have like 30 mana rocks in the deck, I kid you not. So if I have Dan Lewis out and then I have like even like 15 of those mana rocks at the equipment, Judgment Bolt just deals 15 damage to the person's face for me, just cause. So like, it's a very niche card, but like, yeah, it's pretty good still, in my opinion.
It could be cool in some things.
I think in the draft, 100%. It's a definite pick, like a good card to take. Commander, put in your Boros deck. It's gonna go with the equipment. But don't just think of it as it's got to be in a deck with equipment. You could ignore that part, and it's still a reasonable instant speed card, because it also goes in the toolbox of Sunforger, I think it is, where you can just get this out and also hit hard with that. So yeah.
So is it Sunforger mana value 3 or less?
I think it's 4.
Was it 4?
Yeah, I think it's 4. At least that's how my brain is telling me. I could be wrong, but every time I think that it's 4. Yeah, you can check that.
Let's go to our next card while we're looking, though. Or do you have it, Sherman?
Oh yeah, it is more or less. Okay.
Oh, all right. I think it's Slothy here.
Yeah. Jeez. Next up, we've got Jumbo Kakutar. 5 double green for a 1/7 plant with 10,000 needles, and whenever this creature attacks, gives plus 9,999 plus 0 until end of turn. This card needs to stop showing up in front of me.
That's funny.
I am real tired of seeing this.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Everyone's so excited.
I'm putting this in Atlapalani. It's just, it has to go in there.
I mean, fair. I don't know. I'm not such a fan of this one.
No,
it's too memey for me. I am a big fan of the next one because like I said, I like to I like to kind of group hug the table, and this is nothing if not group hug. We have Kane, Traitorous Dragoon. 2 and a black for legendary creature, human knight 2/4. Kane has jump. During your turn, Kane has flying. Whenever Kane deals combat damage to a player, that player gains control of Kane. If they do, they draw that many cards, create that many treasure tokens, then lose that much life. I like this a lot. I think that's really fun.
Yep, very cool.
Help ramp the table. It's all the same commander, so people will eventually not let you do it. But for an early game, I think this would really get a game going quick.
Yeah. I love this mechanic of jump. I really think this should become like a staple in Magic, like a staple mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a cool concept. On my turn, he's jumping into the air, so he flies, which is cool. I really like that.
Yeah.
Next up is Kuja, or Kuya for the Europeans. Genome Sorcerer, 2 black and a red for a legendary creature, human mutant wizard. Is a mutant type. 3/4. And at the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 0/1 black wizard creature token with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent. Then, if you control 4 or more wizards, transform Kuja. Now, I just want to point out before I read the flip, but I really want to build this commander as well because of specifically those little wizards and do like this like prowess type black wizard deck. I think that'll work. It definitely seems like one of the archetypes.
I like this a lot. And yeah, I really like the look of them in that first card, that first artwork.
And the flip side is Trance Kuja, Faith Defied, legendary creature avatar wizard for a 4/6 with the ability of, if a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. So, nice amplifier. It just feels like a very good commander from the perspective of it's creating value in the form of these little wizards. And it's got the out when it flips that now it's going to double the damage from the wizards. So I kind of like that.
Honestly, in a deck like this, I might run stop the turn kind of effects. Like Sundial of the Infinite, so I can just keep stacking my wizards.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that. Oh, yeah. That'd be a fun deck play.
Yeah, this does seem just like an overall fun one to do. I really am a fan of this one.
And I mean, you got to remember, it says whenever you cast a non-creature spell. So those little tokens, if you're doing like a cheap, like burn, like shock type deck, suddenly now all of those little wizards are just really burning, like hard. So,
well, even if you just have this one and the 3 other wizards that you need to do it, if you cast a lightning bolt, that's what, 6-9 damage on a 1 red cast. I guess 9 damage to one player and then 6 to the other 2, so 27 damage or something like that. Nope.
That's just silly.
No, 21 damage. It's a lot of damage. I'm not good at math.
And all the Chandras. Yeah, this deck will go city. I like the look of it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
And that's the thing, like we're not even including things that like produce mana for us. Like, so you have like Stormkiln Artist, where every time you cast or copy a spell, you get like the treasure token, and then you have like what's her name, the god from Helheim, where every time you cast a spell, you get red mana, and your red mana is, right?
Well,
you have stuff like that. You have like Nuthead.
Again, you can also just cast something like a Seething Song, and you're now up in mana. You've done a ton of damage. You've got like this. This is a commander that could storm off pretty easy.
Yep.
If they had given this blue, if they had given this black, red, blue, this might be like one of the commanders I would be the most excited to build.
I think it would be broken at that point.
I understand why they didn't. I get it. You can't tell me I was going to say they know how to power scale, but then I was like, what about Vivi? They clearly don't. Vivi and Nadu are good examples. But like I said, I think that would have made like a cool thing. But still, I think that this is just I think you'll see a lot of cool decks with this one.
Yeah, I agree. It seems fun. Is this a pricey card or not? No, it's not. It's not pricey. So yeah, like this could be a budget build for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Going to run through the next one here. We have Lightning Security Sergeant, or 2 in a red, the 2/3. Legendary creature, human soldier, has menace. When lightning deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card for as long as you control lightning. That's not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Okay. I like that. Slothy, you want to take the next one here?
Yeah, we've got Lindblom Industrial Regency. It's another town. Enters taps for red. And it's got Mana Siege as an adventure. It's an instant for 2 in a red. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent.
Well, yeah, you obviously have to have that for the deck we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, I really like the alternate art.
Yeah, I like those kind of like fairy tale type house drawings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me. I think we're going right now. I think Slothy has to run and do his obligations. I think, is that right, Slothy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More so, I'm just dying.
Yeah. No. That's okay. That's okay. So we'll let Slothy jump off here, and I'll take us away here with the rest of this. So
yes, I will talk to you guys later.
Bye, Slothy.
Later.
Then we have our next one is you take this next one here, Thunder. I gotta move a few things around for us.
Okay. Wonderful name that I'm probably gonna butcher horribly. Louisoise Sacrifice.
Close enough.
A blue instant. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a legendary creature or pay 2 to counter target activated ability, triggered ability, or non-creature spell. Is this a CDH staple?
There we go.
We'll get there.
Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We need the card like this. And it's only according to this, it's only $2. Yeah, bring it on. I love this card.
Yeah, I think this is one of those ones where it's buy all of these now because the price is going to go up for sure. It's too good not to, right?
That's again, anything that counters trigger, yeah.
Yeah. It's a single blue, and Stifle's $16. This is $2? Come on, I'm going to pick this up. This is so awesome.
The side effect of sacrifice a legendary creature might be a little bit too much to swallow, so most people might find themselves paying the 2. I mean, they might want to keep their commander as well. But if you've got a cheap commander, then just throw it under the bus. You know?
That's what I mean. If you're in a competitive format, right? Like the throwing away your commander to not have the game end is pretty good.
But that's also accepting the fact that I want to keep my commander around or that legendary creature around. If I don't care and I want it to die, like with Sephiroth, granted it's not black, but still, if it's Sephiroth and I want Sephiroth to die so I can get another emblem, I am down for this 100%.
Well, there's a lot of people that play just straight Legends Matter kind of commanders, right? Like there is a bunch of people who play things like the Joda, right? Throwing this into Joda is just an easy stifle, right? There's a lot of decks that really, really do function with this. And in Commander specific, we have that benefit of just always having that legend available to us, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm down for this. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. We're going to move on to the next one here. It's going to be Machinist Arsenal for 4 and a white. Artifact equipment. It has job select. And it has equipped creature gets +2/+2 for each artifact you control and is an artificer in addition to its letter type. It has Machina for equipped 4. Not bad.
It's okay.
So the fact that it gets +2/+2 for each artifact is really strong, especially with these days we have food, treasure, blues. So yeah.
This is like the 3rd or 4th card now where it's just for each artifact, treasure tokens.
Yeah, each artifact and not each non-token artifact is quite the interesting thing.
I mean, I can see this there's so many equipments that make more artifacts as well. So it's like food tokens, blood tokens. This is I mean, equip 4, sure, but this is busted. I mean, there's so many ways to cheat this onto something, and it comes on a creature anyways.
I always forget about blood tokens, to be honest.
Man, this is really strong. I think, yeah. I mean, I keep talking about these Boros Voltron builds and the Stone Hero Giant because this is exactly what you put in there, because it's going to come out and it's immediately going to be big. Although the job select maybe is a problem, but then again, it doesn't matter because, okay, you get the 1/1 generated, and then you get to just equip the equipment because it's going to auto equip, but then you get to equip it again as part of the ability of the Stone Hero Giant, and then you've got a 1/1 blocker as well. Like this feels really strong.
Oh, it's powerful for sure.
Yeah.
We have another equipment here, Magitech Scythe. 4 colorless for an artifact equipment. It has a test of your reflexes. When this equipment enters, you may attach it to target creature you control. If you do, that creature gains first strike until end of turn and must be blocked this turn if able. And then equipped creature gets +2/+1 and equip 2. I think this is pretty bad. 6 mana for a 2/1 is not wonderful.
With first strike. Yeah.
No, it only gets first strike the turn.
Why doesn't it have flash?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's only for if it had flash, okay, I could see it, but yeah, this is just okay, you must block and I get first strike. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
If it had flash, test your reflexes makes sense wording wise, but it doesn't have flash. It's not a reflex action.
Yeah. Not very fast at all. Yeah.
Missed opportunity, no flash.
Again, with flash, this would be a very cool ability because then exactly you can have the first strike, or you can use it as a utility, must be blocked. But yeah, just a +2/+1 as your permanent thing with like a one-time effect is not very good.
Yeah, I love the art, but I think this is a bit of a miss. I think they could have done this one way better.
It's one of the, and that's the thing, right? When you look at it, for 6 mana, if we go back 1, right, we're getting already like for 1 less, we're getting an auto equip job select 1, which is bringing out a huge creature, right? So then when you look at this, maybe it would be not so bad if it wasn't being compared to the rest of the set, because the rest of the set has been full of like, Excalibur 2s, that lifelink equipment, the Buster Sword, and then it's just
Buster Sword.
Yeah. And then it's just like, here's 2/1.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah.
I mean, technically it's only 4 the first time, and then it auto equips, but still just.
I guess, yeah.
But without flash, maybe they thought flash would make it too strong, but look what else they made.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're next, your Thunder.
Next one.
Yeah. Matoya, Archon Elder, 2 and a blue, legendary creature, human warlock, 1 and a 4. Whenever you scry or surveil, draw a card. That's great advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a commander? Could be, but I think this is just going to go as like a staple creature in any deck where you have some kind of scry or surveil.
Yeah. Which
is a lot of blue decks. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love this card. I love it. Not just because of the fact that it has a booked in it, but look at what he's holding. His hand is holding a hand that's holding an orb that's lighting the way.
Yeah, that's pretty sick art. Yeah.
True.
Next card here, we're going to move on, is going to be Memories Returning. That's like me going through all of these cards right now. Memories are returning. It's a 2 and double blue. It's a sorcery. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand. Then choose an opponent. They put one on the bottom of your library. Then you put one into your hand. Then they put one on the bottom of your library. Put the other into your hand. Has flashback of 7 double blue. This is a really, really interesting, card advantage, spell.
Mm-hmm.
Because you choose a card, they choose a card, you choose a card, they choose a card, and then you finally get the last card. It's really interesting. It's like a more interesting fact or fiction, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love that interaction. And, I mean, it's a sorcery, so it's a little bit slow, but that's just still, I think that's very fun.
You can also politics this, right? Like, hey, I need to dig for an answer. Sherman, help me out with this. We'll put 2 lands onto the bottom. We'll get this, and I'll leave you alone.
I mean, What person is not going to get a smile on their face when you're like, hey, let's play a game. Memories returning. You pick a card, I pick a card. It's fun, right?
One for you, one for me.
It's really fun, yeah.
I like it. That's very solid. Next, we have Midgar, City of Mako, another town. It has Reactor Raid for the adventure. You can sack an artifact or creature if you do draw 2 cards, and that's for 2 and a black. Or it just enters tapped and taps for black. Again, pretty solid. You in any deck that's running black, you just have an additional possible sack outlet to draw cards, like a sack outlet and draw cards. That's a great thing for already land spot.
Yeah,
it's actually a very funny spell. Yeah, you could just cast it and just choose not to sacrifice anything.
True.
I could see people doing that actually. Like, I just want to get it. I mean, you can put it out straight, right? But maybe you want to play something from exile.
Yeah, any deck that cares about playing from exile, yeah.
Yeah. That's a bit of a funny interaction.
But like with all these lands with like the adventures and all that stuff, like I'm probably gonna pick up a bunch of these, just like the reverse lands, like throughout the set and everything. Like they're just like you said, Daniel. Like, you know, you can lower your land count more just because you have these in there, just to like late game it does something, early game it is a land, so it is really nice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. In the worst case, you're just running a slow land, and I've been having a blast running like slower lands, slower rocks lately, right?
Yeah, I mean, they really need to unban Golos. I mean, come on. Not everybody's going to be playing Golos now, right?
It's really funny. They made a new, one of the cards that's coming up is, it's a new, like 5, and it's like, oh, you can do this with towns. And everyone's like, we're playing.
Screw Golos.
Yeah, everyone's just like, oh, no, it's 5 color.
It's really funny. Yeah.
They have a 5 color, and everyone's like, we're not playing towns. I'm getting guild gates. You know this. Grow up.
It's so true.
One thing to point out on that is you may sacrifice an artifact or creature, but that's not part of the cost. So that's something people might make a mistake on.
Yeah, if you're copying it, you have to do it twice.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that copies adventure spells, so just be aware of that. You're going to still have to do the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Next up, and when I first saw this card, I was like, yes, finally, like this is it. And then when I saw it for the 6th time, thank you, Wizards, I was like, why are there so many in my boxes? But Minbu White Mage, 3 and 2 white for legendary creature human cleric. It's a 3/3 vigilance and lifelink, which is decent stats. It's okay. 5 mana is a bit high, but yeah. But whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each cleric you control. So that's actually pretty strong.
Yeah.
Especially in the cleric builds.
Like I said, I love the cleric builds.
If you go for the aristocrat, but the mono white version where people don't lose life, then it's just like tap this creature, gain 1 life, all my clerics get bigger, and then do it again and do it again. It's just like plop, 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 plop. And now there's a bunch of really big clerics.
Honestly, this would look phenomenal in foil too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, because it's vigilance and lifelink 3/3, and it is a cleric, and it doesn't exclude itself from that ability. You could just play everything that just taps to gain life, and it's just, oh, now I hit you for 10.
This would get huge fast, yeah.
Yeah, I'm building it. Like, definitely building it.
Whose idea was it to put an Angel of Throne as a legendary creature?
Yeah, right.
All right. We have a Mughal's Valor, or 3 double white is an instant. For each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Mughal creature token with lifelink. Oh. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. There's the dope part.
It's very strong.
Yep. I mean, each creature you control create a white Mughal, and if you copy
So if you have 5 creatures, you create 5 Mughals, and then all your creatures gain indestructible. So you don't... Sorry?
It'll become exponential if you copy the spell. It's just like, wow.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
They're all 1 power. I'm putting it in Rigo. We know it.
Oh, boy.
You'll board wipe nothing. My 0/1s live. Next, we have Ninja's Blade. A 2 and a black for a job select equipment again. Equipped creature gets 1/1, is a ninja in addition to its other types, and has, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. That player loses life equal to the discarded card's mana value. And then it has Equip for 2. That's pretty good, especially in like your Yuriko kind of builds.
This is going in all the Yuriko builds, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the card in my hand that I just drew last turn that made the Eldrazi that made everyone lose 11 life. Here we go. So it's more targeted at least. So a little bit more control, but still like, don't help Yuriko anymore. Pay command attacks on the Commander Ninjutsu. That's what we need. Bring that in. Please, somebody. Gavin, hear us. All right. Next is Noctis, Prince of Lucius. 1 generic, a white, a blue, and a black for a legendary creature, human noble. 4/3 lifelink. Lifelink is so good. You may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it.
Kind of
I don't like the finality counters that much, but I understand what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I have to say, like, the infinite combo that comes with this is just so silly with the Mox Diamond and the Aether Flux Reservoir. So, like, have you guys seen that?
No.
So, Noxious says, you may cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying a third cost. Yeah. And it comes in with banana counter. So the Mox Diamond says, like, so you target the Mox Diamond that's in your graveyard.
Oh, you have
cast
to.
The Mox Diamond. And,
sorry.
Okay. So, and then you do not discard a land. So you're casting Mox Diamond for 0, pay 3 life. You choose not to discard a land from Mox Diamond. So let me read Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond 0. So in fact, if Mox Diamond would enter the battlefield, you may discard a land card instead. If you do, put Mox Diamond onto the battlefield. If you don't, put it into its owner's graveyard. You have to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool.
So it's never getting the finality.
Yeah, it never gets a finality. So you gain a life from the first cast, okay? Then you pay 3 life again, cast it again. Then you gain 2 life now, so you lose 1. Then you go to the graveyard, cast again. Now you're 0. Like, you pay 3 life and you gain 3 life. And then after that, it's nothing but gaining. So you gain all that life because you keep on casting it again and again and again. And then you just, like, nuclear, like,
nuke the table, yeah.
Explode everyone. Yeah. So
that's cool.
It's just one of those things, just like, oh man, like, that's so stupid. But it is what it is.
It's nice to get new combos, but it feels a bit like they don't spot these things during the development of the cards anymore for whatever reason. So
yeah. Let's move on here to the next one. We have Ralbaum. Is that how you pronounce it? Ralbaum.
It is today.
If we go with the German, Bahn, so Ralbaum.
Sounds good. Well, Mihigo. I have yet to play 14 to that extent yet, so whatever. 1 in a red. I played a little bit, but that's about it. Legendary creature, human warrior, 2/2. Has ward. Pay life equal to its power. Cool. When it attacks, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to target attacking creature. Not bad, actually. I kind of like that.
Decent. That's a brutal ward.
Yeah, I can see some very funny interactions happening there where someone targets him and then you target him again to pump him up suddenly, maybe double his power or something. And then the guy's like, oh no, now I'm going to lose 20 life.
Mm-hmm.
I have to counter what I was targeting with. Some very interesting interactions.
I like it. Next here we have Rosa, Resolute White Mage. 3 and a white for a 2/3 human noble cleric. Again, clerics going silly. Has reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and it gains lifelink until end of turn. I think that's solid.
That's pretty sweet. I like that.
I really like it because it can give you value immediately, right? So the moment it comes out, go to combat, one of the other creatures now gets a little bigger and gains your life. So,
you could even do it on this one. You can just make this bigger.
True.
That's true.
Thunder, you're our next one. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce this either.
Cesar? Come on, Sherman, help us out here. Catsroy.
Catsroy.
3 and a green legendary creature, human pilot. Interesting. 3/3. And whenever Saz, let's just say Saz, right? Saz is cool.
Mhm.
Saz Castroy enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land card, reveal it and put it in your hand, then shuffle. Whenever Saz Castroy attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. Very strong, very cool.
This does a lot, yeah.
Works at the bird deck. I didn't get one. I need it. I need it now.
That's a lot of directions. It's a land search commander, it's a bird commander, and it's a counters commander. Pretty good.
And if you're playing in the Bant build, you can do the flicker stuff. So you just like him in and out again, get another thing. But I love that he gives you value on entry and on attack. So it's very cool. I like him.
Yeah.
Right.
Sherman.
Ooh, I get next one. Sniper Almaid. Sure. It's a 3 red legendary creature, human knight, 3/4. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets double strike till end of turn. It has fire crops. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead.
So
Pretty good.
Rebound.
Yeah.
Very good. Because it makes sure you can just keep casting. So this is like, you want to play this with a bunch of rebound stuff, right? Or spells that can return themselves back to your hand or not go to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Next we have this Sarah Farron. 1 colorless, a green and a white for a 2/2 human citizen legend. First legendary creature spell you cast each turn is 2 less, which is great. Beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 2 or more other legendaries, you can transform Sarah. You don't have to. And if you do, it's Crystallize Sarah, legendary artifact. The first legendary spell, creature spell you cast is 2 less, and legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. Pretty solid for like a Legends Matter deck.
Yeah, I'd put that in Sasso for sure. Yeah, I definitely, I got her, so I must consider putting, because it's, if I say Captain of the Weatherlight, she wants the 2 different colors to pump herself up, but also that makes your legendary creature spells cheaper, which she wants legendaries, and +2/+2 makes her bigger. So that, but now when it's flipped, it doesn't have the symbols anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll think about it. All right. Seymour Flux, 4 and a black for a legendary creature, Spirit Avatar, 5/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Seymour Flux. Simple.
Yeah.
Draw your cards.
Very straightforward. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. It's like almost like a Phyrexian Arena on a creature.
Yeah. But it gets bigger and more dangerous.
I like in the game for this one, like he's like pretty much a mid boss, and the easiest way to beat him is to cast Reflect on your party, so that like, is it on your party? Yeah, cast Reflect on your party, so you can't cast like healing spells or anything. So, and then like he just constantly casts things, and it just affects himself constantly instead. So
Nice.
Next one, Sin Spira's Punishment for, wow, that's a 7 cost. 4 and a black, green, blue. So, legendary creature, Leviathan Avatar, 7/7 flying. What? Nice. Good word. Whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random. Then create a tap token that's a copy of that card. If the exile card is a land card, repeat this process. That's pretty dope.
I like that. That's cool. Yeah.
7 cost, it better be good.
I like the getting the land is fun.
Yeah.
Tap tokens, copy that card. Yeah, that could be cool. We have Squall, Seed Mercenary. 2 a white, a black for a 3/4 human knight mercenary with Rough Divide. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Awesome. Whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I like that a lot.
It's very strange in this color combination.
Yeah. Again, a Orzhov Exalted Reanimator.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
I like him. I like it. He's challenging the color pie, it feels, a little bit there with the double strike.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that one.
I keep seeing these and I'm like, start to think, how am I going to build that? Hold on. Let's get back to reading the others.
We all have that problem. We all have that problem every single time.
Yeah, there's so many commanders here. It's great. So next is a very interesting land, Starting Town. Land type town. This land enters tapped unless it's your first, second, or third turn of the game. Tap to produce a colorless mana, or tap, pay 1 life, add 1 mana of any color. Commander staple.
It's not bad.
The new command tower. It's to go into like every single commander deck.
It's all right. It's
like
nice color fixer.
It's like a watered down Celia Brass then, when you think of it that way.
Yeah. Again, it's all right, I think.
Yeah. Next one, we have Silkskin Moogle Merchant. For a single white legendary creature, Moogle. You have lifelink. It's a 1/2. You can tap 2 and tap it. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. If they do, you draw a card.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
This is a great card.
I love everything about this card.
Like it's going to be so much fun.
It's super cheap. It's got lifelink, and it gives people stuff so that you can draw cards. I'm 100% building this.
Everyone gets Howling Minds.
I love Moogle. Yeah. Everyone gets Howling Minds.
What if you like build a Heir Apparent deck and just give everyone Heir Apparents?
That's funny. I do like that as well. Take my rabbit.
Yeah, have some rabbits.
We have Summon Brynhilder. That's how I'm saying it. It is a 1 in red for a enchantment creature Saga Knight 2/1. First chapter, chain, exile the top card of your library. During any turn you put a lore counter on this saga, you may play it. And then 2 and 3 is Gestalt mode. When you next cast a creature spell, it gains haste on end of turn. I think that's better more in like the, I think that'll be annoying on Arena for sure.
Yeah, the haste alone.
Well, yeah, the haste enabler, the fact that it's a 2/1 at 2, that's also giving you that ability to play new cards.
Yeah. Limited, I say. Draft, standard. The usual. Commander, not so much. Next card here. Wait, it's not me. It's Thunder.
Sorry, I'm just rereading this thing over and over. Exile the top card of your library. During any turn you put a lore counter on this saga, you may play that card. Interesting.
So you basically have 2 turns.
Well, I mean, you're going to do some manipulation effects. Like if you proliferate, you could proliferate in an opponent's turn, and now in their turn you can play the exiled card too. So it's like weird interactions. Yeah.
Yeah, because it would bypass timing restrictions if you did that.
Very cool. Okay. Next one, and this is one of the ones I was talking about maybe on the previous episode or whatever, but Summoner's Grimoire, 3 and a green, job select. So that's where you get the little 1/1 hero, and then you equip the equipment to it. Equipped creature is a shaman in addition to its other types, and has, whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. Interesting. And its equip cost is 3. So it basically can cheat a creature out. And it's worded very strangely here because it says whenever this creature attacks, right? That's the ability that the equipped creature gets. But if that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. So it's like it's encouraging you to just play these sort of enchantment creature sagas that we've got here, or any enchantment creature, which is unusual for an equipment. So yeah, interesting.
I think it's fun. I think it's a great way to cheat things out. So I'm down for it.
And plus, its job select makes your little 1/1. You don't care if it dies. So yeah.
Really quickly before you go to the next one here, Sherman. I was going to say, I think we're going to end on this one. We still have like 40 more cards to go and Uncommon Legends. I think I'm going to split it into just... Oh, yeah, there's so many. I was just counting. I was like, we seem like we have a lot. And I don't want to have to rush through them. Again, this set's been very full of cool cards, and I don't want to just like blitz through them because we've got that. So let's end it at the next one. Actually, let's end it right there, and then we'll go with the Summon Saga for the next. We'll do that as next week's episode. Because like I said, there's a lot of these cool things, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to find things we like and miss out. And it looks as well like there's a ton of uncommon legends as well.
Yep.
So I say we wrap it there, because this is a huge set, and I feel bad skipping through things just because they're lower in the alphabetical order and we're running low on time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And my brain is starting to default into, I want to build this now. Stop talking.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so do we do one more, or do we wrap?
I think we can wrap.
I say we wrap.
We'll just wrap it.
Okay. Again, this is the second time that we've definitely known exactly what we're wrapping. If you like what you're seeing and hearing, like, share, subscribe. It really helps out. Come over to Patreon, where we're going to be endlessly building decks from this set, apparently, because there's a lot of cool stuff that I want to build. I've been taking pictures on my phone the whole time. If you want to support us above and beyond, Patreon is that best spot to do it. If you want any of these cards, because I sure do, go to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. That's going to get you a discount. They've got great stock, very fast shipping, great company to work with. AI Armor sleeves are wonderful sleeves for it. They, in my opinion, are still my favorite sleeves to shuffle up right now. I really like them, and they're another great business. And yeah, go to intothe99.com. All of our articles, all of our content, you can find everything there. Thunder has another very good article about deck building and stuff up there, as well as a lot of cool articles about his like system of how to build decks and stuff, right? So if you want to learn more like fundamental Magic stuff, it's a great place to go for things like that. And yeah, thanks for everyone getting through. Oh, and enter that contest for the box. See what you can kind of get and try win. That's it. I'll let it roll. While I let it roll, I'm scrolling. There's a lot still to talk about. There's a ton of these cards.
Mention all of them right now within the next 10 seconds.
Yeah, just here I go.
Okay. All right, laters.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.